In the Northwest Territories, the Dene First Nation has won a court case against an Ontario lawyer. His name is Andrew Rogerson, and he was accused of not following a court order. Rogerson is a former lawyer for Ron Barlas, who ran the Dene First Nation's business arm. Barlas is accused of stealing about $12 million from the company. Sarah Komilowski has been following this case and the larger one against Barlas. She joins me now with more. So Sarah, there's a lot going on here. Why don't you start by giving us some background?
Absolutely. So the larger court case against Ron Barlas has been going on since April of 2023. Barlas was the CEO of Denesoline Corporation, Dene First Nations business arm, for many years. And as you mentioned, he's accused of stealing around $12 million from the company while he was there. Andrew Rogerson is an Ontario estate lawyer who Barlas hired just a couple of days before his assets got frozen when this court case started. Rogerson then moved hundreds of ounces of gold and silver out of the Northwest Territories for Barlas and moved them to his law firm's safe. It included 300 ounces of gold that Barlas owned. For reference, that's about 19 pounds, or about the weight of a very large pug dog. As far as we know, that's the only work that Rogerson ever did for Barlas. And when he hired him, Barlas gave Rogerson a retainer for up to $90,000 of work.
Okay, so what is the court case against Rogerson then?
So both the precious metals that Rogerson had in his possession and the retainer that Barlas gave him were frozen by that court order. So legally, he was supposed to declare that he had them and hand them over to the accounting firm that has control of Barlas's assets while this court case is going on. But Rogerson didn't do that. He didn't declare the precious metals, he ignored emails, and eventually the receiver needed to get a court order to get the gold back. He also broke the court order and spent the retainer that Barlas gave him and didn't give it back. So this court case was about the First Nation trying to get him to give that money back, that $90,000. The First Nation first launched the lawsuit last spring, but it wasn't heard until this week on Monday. And that's partially because the case was transferred to a new judge, but also partly because Rogerson created some delays. He missed a couple court hearings, he came to others unprepared. Rogerson is also currently suspended from practicing in Ontario because he sexually harassed some of his female employees and sent unprofessional emails to two of his clients.
So then what happened on Monday, Sarah, when this case was finally heard?
Yeah, so Rogerson didn't actually show up to give his response, which again, it's not the first time that he's missed court dates. He sent an email partway through that had no explanation other than a note from a Scarborough, Ontario doctor saying that he was sick. No further details, but the judge decided not to wait for him. And basically, the lawyers for the First Nation got what they were asking for. The judge ordered Rogerson to pay back the $90,000 to the receiver. He also ordered Rogerson to pay for all of the legal work that Lutzelk'e lawyers did to get the money back, which was almost $50,000. The judge said that it is very unusual to make for someone pay costs like this, but it was a special case. He called Rogerson's behavior appalling and said that he obstructed the proceedings. In court, the judge said that he will provide more information on when Rogerson needs to pay the money back and what the terms will be in a written decision. That decision wasn't in yet as of yesterday, but the lawyers are expecting it soon. Meanwhile, the larger case against Barlas shows no signs of ending anytime soon. The judge initially sided with the First Nation, but Barlas has appealed, and that appeal is going to be heard in April.
And we'll certainly keep an eye on it. Thank you for all your work on this, Sarah.
Thank you.